Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Class Dojo and some of the very beneficial features that it offers to teachers. So the very first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and get signed into Class Dojo, and we're going to do that by going on Safari, going to the Class Dojo website, logging in. We're going to go ahead and log in as a teacher. Click login. And when you first log in, you're going to be presented with the home page. And what the home page of Class Dojo does is it typically would list the many classes that a teacher has access to and they teach. But for us, since we're just demonstrating some of the class features today, we're going to go into the demo class. Now, once you click on the classroom that you would like to work with, you can see it presents with the whole class here and each individual student within that classroom. Now, the very first feature that we're going to discuss today is called the class story feature. And to preface what the class story feature is it serves as an update from the teacher of what is happening in their classroom. So it's very nice for a parent to be able to log on to their Class Dojo app and see what the teacher is doing in the classroom with their students. So we're going to click on the class story feature up here. If we scroll down this class story feature, we see that there was an update back on September the 15th, and it said everyone did a wonderful job working on their art projects today. And the teacher has featured a photo of the students in the classroom working on their art projects. We scroll up a little further, there's another update on the class story saying that the class will be attending library Tuesday. Everyone please remember to bring in your books. And then a third update that says the music program will be on Monday at 6 p.m. Please have all of your students dropped off by 5:30 p.m. Now, if you want to add in another feature story to the class story, there is a text box here that's asking you what's happening in your classroom. Now, if I want to update the class story saying that the students did an excellent job on their presentations today. We loved hearing all of their book reports. And then I could go over here if I wanted to add a photo. We would drag the photo over here from my computer, and then we would simply click the post button, and it would update into a whole new class story. And this again is an excellent feature to help parents keep updated with what is happening in the classroom in real time. These notifications will be sent to their application if they have it downloaded on their phones in real time, so they can constantly keep up with what is going on in their child in the classroom. And parents have access to it. Now, speaking of parents, the next feature that we're going to be talking about is right next door to the class story, and it is called Messages. Now, what the messaging feature does is it will list to the teacher all of the parents who have messaged them. Here on the left-hand column, we see that Justin's parent has been messaging, Jennifer's parent has been messaging, and Denzel's parent has been messaging as well. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at what Justin's parent has said. She said, little Justin is going to be absent this week. He is auditioning for Star Search. And the teacher replied, thank you, Mrs. Timberlake, for updating us on Justin. We wish him the best of luck this week. And if you want to respond again to Justin's mom, you would see a text box down here at the bottom, and it says, message Justin Timberlake's parent. So we would click on that, and we could type out a message to message her. We could say, hello again, Miss Timberlake. We hope that everything is going well for Justin. We wanted to check in on him. thank you. And we could click over here on the right hand side where it says send. We would send that message and it would be delivered in real time to Justin's parent. And then if Mrs. Timberlake was to message back, we would have a notification that is up here that will pop up and tell us when we have a new message. So let's go on to another feature. We will go back over to the classroom. Now you may have noticed where Denzel and Jennifer and Justin all have these numbers right beside their name. And what these numbers stand for are they are an award and a point system that the teacher gives out to the students. So, as you can see, Jennifer has a 2 by her name that is in green. This symbolizes a positive point that has been awarded for Jennifer. She may have been respectful or responsible or was acting safe. Now, if I wanted to go over here to Beyonce and let's say that Beyonce was very respectful to the teacher today, she was raising her hand, she didn't speak out of turn, I'm going to go ahead and reward Beyonce a positive point by clicking a thumbs up, and you will see that it adds to her total. And there it is, Beyonce was respectful. And there is the number 1 beside Beyonce's name. Now, if Denzel was acting out of hand, let's say that he wasn't responsible today, he was talking out of line, and he didn't get his classwork done on time, I'm going to do a -1 point for Denzel, and you simply do that by clicking over here under the Needs Work tab, and you click the thumbs down icon, and it will deduct Denzel's point away. And you can see the one that was there has now disappeared. Now, as you can see, it has all the students listed here. Now, if the parents wanted to keep up with the report of everything that's going on throughout the day, they can certainly do that. We will go over here under the Options tab. We will click the View Reports. And over here to the left, it even gives us a whole class report of what is going on, and that is just for this week alone. We can access back all the way to yesterday, to last week, this month, or even last month, or all time. It gives you all of these wonderful options. Now, we don't have to access these reports just by the class. We can even do it with each individual student. You can see I clicked Beyonce, Denzel. It gives everything that is going on right here under this Reports tab. And you can see that we can access Jennifer and Justin. You can look at each individual student, and you can access it right here for yesterday, this week, or last week. And parents do have access to this, and so do the teachers, which is very beneficial. And that is it for some of the key features of Class Dojo. I hope that this was very beneficial and very helpful and easy to understand. Class Dojo is an excellent resource for teachers that offers numerous different key features that makes working in the classroom very simple. And thank you everybody for tuning in.
Now that you've learned more about the features of Class Dojo, let's look at the actual implementation, the rollout. How can we tie this neat web-based platform into our school, into our area, and really not only connect teachers and students inside the classroom and outside of the classroom, but allow parents and guardians and other interested folks to come in and also be a part as well. So again, just really quickly reviewing kind of our school and our setup here. Our school for this project is in a rural area outside of a major metropolis. Our classrooms are going to vary in size, anywhere from 20 to 25 students. 80% are Hispanic, and 100% of all students enrolled qualify for free or reduced lunch. Really our challenge here and why we like to implement this software is there's a bit of a language barrier here. English and Spanish are spoken kind of interchangeably throughout the school. So we have some parents that might not understand all English instructions, and some might, need a mixture of both. So with the features again in Class Dojo, we can kind of accommodate that and kind of move forward and show them the way to, really see the high-level overview of how their student is doing, and also get the important messages from you, the teacher, to kind of really kind of keep them on track with each individual unit and lesson throughout the school year. So again, when it comes to implementing this, our first recommendation would be to take your time, go very slow. It's going to be rough. There's going to be challenges, obviously. With any new technology rollout, it absolutely will be difficult. I think the overall thing to stress is that it's a learning process for you, the teacher, and also for parents and for students, and that everyone's in this together. That it's a very collaborative process that you all will do together. If you have to really focus on certain areas of Class Dojo to stress first and say, hey, let's learn this piece first before we learn the entire system, really, I would say stress to students and to their parents that the messages area is probably one of the biggest and most important areas to work on and focus on. So really, again, messages will be very clearly displayed here. They will be translated into different languages, so that's another reason why we like this system and like this platform. And very easy to understand the progress as you go. So you see again, back and forth from parent to parent, and a running record of everything that gets sent out and sent back to us. So the translations are there. Hopefully that meets our school's need for multiple languages at our school site. The next piece that really, once they kind of understand the messaging area and how to get in there and really check those messages quickly, again, not just on a computer, but also on a mobile device, would be the class story. Now, the class story is going to be a kind of summary level, a high-level overview of everything that's going on. And why we recommend implementation here is it really shows small student victories on a very broad stage. So what we like is the fact that, yes, there's not only like recommendations and notifications, but you can also promote student work, really show off what they've done, and really let them kind of see, get a chance to receive praise for all their hard work. So again, pictures and video and audio, it's a great combination. And on top of that, the reason we love this tool so much, it's a great way for parents to share accomplishments with other parents and with other interested people who may want to bring their kids into our school. So again, it's a great way to kind of get the word out about all the great work we're doing here at our charter school, and also kind of highlight work. And finally, the big area to also kind of tie in and kind of implement, as we roll this out from teacher to student, to their parents, is the portfolio section. We're very focused on creating comprehensive activities that really stress student progress over time. And again, that aligns with our curriculum standards here, and that's something that we wanted to make sure we emphasized in Class Dojo as well. And so, again, all of your projects, all of your coursework can be uploaded here and kind of listed in activity format, and really tied together with kind of a parent-student aspect to it. So that's a really cool way to kind of get parents to buy into the learning, and also meet another one of our big needs, which is we have very low homework return rates at our school. So some students will say homework goes missing. Some students will say that homework it was too hard. So using tools like portfolios, we can also assign different work to different students and show them the pieces of the work, pieces of the project as they come together. So again, Class Dojo is a great tool that can be implemented across our school right now. Again, our technology team is here to support you, so hopefully this is helpful, and that again, as you roll this out in your individual classrooms, do it one piece at a time, get parent buy-in, and really stress that there's support for them and for you as the teacher all along the way. Thank you very much.
With any behavioral system used in a classroom setting, there will always be strengths and weaknesses. This all depends on how the teacher uses Class Dojo within his or her classroom. The intended purpose of Class Dojo is to create an educational community among teachers, parents, and students. Research has said that the more a parent is involved in his or her child's education, the more successful the student will be academically and socially. This is one of the major strengths of Class Dojo. It closes the barrier of communication between home and school and assists students in becoming more accountable not only for their behavior, but for their academic progress as well. With the use of student behavior reports, class stories, student portfolios, and the messaging features, parents are able to feel connected with their child while they're away from home. Non-English speaking parents are also granted the opportunity to feel connected with their child's education. Class Dojo eliminates the language barrier and allows communication between them and the teacher. One of the major features that teachers are drawn to within Class Dojo is the tracking of behaviors. This provides teachers with the data needed to determine patterns of behaviors. It is an effective tool to use when performing a functional behavior assessment and creating a behavior intervention plan for students with emotional impairments. Even though Class Dojo has many strengths, any good program has its weaknesses. One of the weaknesses is using the program with fidelity. A teacher must have a solid plan on how frequent behaviors are awarded points and how frequently points are taken away. A positive behavioral intervention system must be consistent and implemented with fidelity. If behaviors are consistently monitored with fidelity, students with behavioral problems often feel discouraged. Students need motivation to do their best, whether that motivation is intrinsic or extrinsic. When rewarding through extrinsic motivation, it can drive a student to behave in a certain way based on the reward or punishment. Rewards are only a short-term solution and can create a long-term problem of entitlement. Another disadvantage to Class Dojo is parents being constantly aware of his or her child's behaviors. Through the constant evaluation of behavior, a student's only safe place, being school, can become as volatile as it is at home. The features within Class Dojo must be used with caution. Some students may require a more inconspicuous way of dealing with behavior, so certain consequences are not transferred to the home setting. Regardless, Class Dojo is a great system of promoting positive behaviors. It is beneficial in terms of merging home life with school life. However, teachers must recognize the need to adjust the use depending on individual circumstances that may cause more distress at home and at school. When using Class Dojo, teachers must be flexible in order to make it effective.